boy. Hey guys and girls, welcome to the channel. It's going to be another halfway decent day. We've not had any real nice days in a while. We had one last week, and when it's halfway decent, especially after being cooped up all winter, we're going to start cleaning up the shop a little bit. It's in dire need. So today, I'm probably just going to take some trash out, try to get a load in my truck. I brought my green work truck, my Ford. I don't know if you've seen my Ford truck, but well, I've got the BMW in here. I actually drove the G35 home over the weekend, and so it done pretty good. I was pretty impressed with it. I got my green Ford work truck, but yeah, you can see the shop's wrecked where I've been working on so much. I've got to get all the trash out, start picking up all the stuff that come out of the G35. But we've got the automatic transmission. We'll probably end up trying to sell it. And let's see, there's probably maybe a few body parts, not nothing that I really need or anything. And I may just get rid of it, because what I end up with is a bunch of stuff that I never use. I end up having a 10 by 30 storage building full of parts and extra stuff. And I kept that thing for, I think, over a year. What? I don't know, it was like 1,500 bucks or something. And I didn't really use any of it. It just sat, you know. So I'm trying to get in the habit of, if I'm not using it or I don't foresee that I'm going to use it anytime soon, if it's a just in case kind of scenario, like a fender, door, bumper, I'll deal with it when the time comes. But yeah, I've got to start cleaning some stuff up and take a minute to figure out what I'm doing here. And I still need to sell the GMC Canyon. I've got a bunch of cars I don't need. Some of them I don't even want. But yeah, so I got to work some of that out. And get a game plan on which car. I've got to pull a motor out of an Integra. I've got a EK Civic. I've got an LS swap to put in it, not LS like you think V8 LS. It's LS Integra swap. I've got two motors, which I need to pull the one out of the older one, out of the DA Integra. It ran good. I put fuel to it. I think that car, maybe the clutch was bad or something, because it feels horrible, but it's a cable transmission. But it's, you know, it all comes in a car, so I got it all. So I'll probably pull the motor and trans. If the clutch looks real bad, like it was burnt, I would say the transmission's probably good. But I don't want to do a cable conversion on that EG. That'll probably go in EG. But I don't want to do a cable conversion on it. So I'll probably just sell that trans, or else I can find something else to put it in or something. I don't really need it. So I've got that coming. I've got a EK Civic. The swap's already in it. It just needs to be finished. I've got like a broke stud in the exhaust. One of the exhaust manifold bolts is broke, and put the engine harness on it, and it should be ready to fire. I think maybe the shift linkage in the exhaust. But we'll get into some of those projects after we get all this mess cleaned up. But once this mess is cleaned up, we'll be able to, you know, do a lot more and get a whole nother game plan of the next set of cars we're going to work on. But again, I still got to get rid of this thing. I've got a few cars sitting out here. I've got to get rid of those. I've got a few still at the house that I plan on getting rid of. So we're going to do some shifting around here on the next. Well, I got a rental to turn around. It's always something. It's always something. So once I get these rentals accomplished and this I think I'm just gonna start working Monday through Fridays on the rentals and then weekends on this, or hit and miss, depending on the weather, depending on what I'm feeling. So it may slow down some of the video stuff, but we'll see what we get, we'll see what we come up with. And I may just work all day at the rental, get me a cutoff time, and then come here, work a few hours, get some video footage. That may be the thing to do. But all right, I'm gonna do some cleaning today, and kind of rack my brain about what we're doing next, what our next direction is, where we're gonna go. All right, stay tuned, here we go. All right, so I got the shop cleaned up a little bit. I got the trash cans out and a couple of things going on there. So I did, while I was here, to make a day of it, I did go ahead and put the other heads on. So I got the heads on the Subaru motor. The thing's going on now is I can't find the keyway, and it's not in the crank pulley, so either me or the machinist one have misplaced it. And it's probably me. As much stuff as I've got going on, I'm sure it's me. And he usually makes everything a nice, neat little bundle. And I found the bolts, they were in the bag, and it's probably on me. I'd say it was in that bag, and I've tore that bag open, kind of just looking around and moving stuff around. So I got to figure out that. I looked around here for it, I couldn't find it. So I've got to get one of those, and I have to go ahead and get the water pump timing set. I'm gonna go ahead and get the kit with the tensioner and all that stuff. I should already had it here. I just got so much going on, I can't ever remember. So I get that ordered. When that comes in, we'll get the timing set on it, and this thing we could actually probably put it in the car. I do have the rear seal, so once we pull it off the engine stand, we'll change the rear seal out, probably go ahead and set it in the car, and we can hook everything up, go ahead and get it ready. And when the timing set comes in, go ahead and change all that. So yeah, we're not too awful far being able to put this thing in, but I want to wait and put the intake in. I cleaned it up a little bit, cleaned the gasket and stuff up, but I want to wait and go ahead and put the motor in before I set that, because it's easier, from what I can tell, to put the flywheel bolts in with that off, because the flywheel bolts go backwards instead of most cars. They go this way on the Subarus, they go backwards. And there's a little window right here. So there's a little tab that you can, there's a rubber thing that lives here. Pull that out and your flywheel bolts are right there. Well, as you turn that, they'll be right here. So I'm gonna wait to put the intake on till when we get to that point. My nose is running where it's got a little chilly. So, but anyway, I've got this to that point. And so that's about as far as I can go tonight until we hook it up to a cherry picker and pull the flywheel and the rear seal and change all that. And then get all the power, or the you know what I'm talking about, good Lord, the water pump and the timing set, we get all that in, and then we will, and then the keyway to put the cam gear on, set the timing. This thing will be ready to button up once we get there, but we could go ahead and, like I say, change the rear seal, set it in the car. I may start kind of gearing toward that way while all the parts are being shipped. So, yeah, that's where we're at on the Subaru. Shop's getting a little more clean day by day. Tomorrow's actually Easter, so that'll tell you how far behind we are. And so, that being said, happy Easter, late Easter. I don't know how to apply it, because if I don't post this tomorrow, it doesn't help me. But anyway, lots to do, lots to do. And then I'll be on the rental some too, so yeah, here we go.